Anna Papalia. Interviewology. The new science of interviewing. Ever felt like you didn't showcase your true potential during a job interview? You're not alone. Interviewology is here to help. Instead of leaving your next interview feeling unfulfilled, enter it prepared not only with what to say, but also how to deliver your message in a way that feels genuine. This blink goes beyond generic advice, exploring 4 distinct interview styles. By identifying your own style, you can capitalize on your strengths and address your weaknesses. We'll also provide tips for hiring managers on how to interact effectively with candidates of each style. By recognizing these interview styles, you can better identify the right talent and create stronger, more diverse teams. Are you ready to revolutionize your interview experiences? Let's get started. Breaking the mold after nearly a decade in corporate recruiting, the author found herself at a career crossroads. Drawing on her extensive experience on both sides of the interview table, she embarked on a new journey as a career coach. Her first major client was Temple University, where she was tasked with redesigning their professional development program and teaching interview skills. As she dove into this new role, she quickly realized there was no comprehensive guide on how to interview effectively. Determined to create a comprehensive guide, she spent the next 5 years immersing herself in the world of interview preparation. Working with thousands of students and private clients, she conducted resume reviews, ran mock interviews, and coached hiring managers. Her extensive experience provided valuable insights into the interview process from all angles. However, despite her best efforts, some clients continued to struggle. This puzzle nagged at her, prompting her to delve deeper into the underlying factors that contribute to interview success and failure. A conversation with her aunt about teaching styles sparked a breakthrough. This conversation planted the seeds of an idea that revolutionized her approach to interview preparation. What if some clients' struggles stemmed from trying to force themselves into an interview mold that didn't align with their natural tendencies? Inspired by this insight, she developed an assessment tool to identify 4 distinct interview styles: the Charmer, Challenger, Examiner, and Harmonizer. The impact was immediate. Students and hiring managers alike found the Interviewology profiles enlightening, offering insights into their natural tendencies and areas for growth. Students reported feeling more confident and authentic in their interviews, while hiring managers gained a new perspective on candidates. By recognizing and leveraging individual differences, this approach offers a more nuanced and effective path to interview success. In a world where the right job can be life-changing, this new science of interviewing has the potential to help countless individuals put their best foot forward when it matters most. Let's explore each interview style in turn. Lee, a lifelong charmer, had always relied on his quick wit and affable personality to navigate life's challenges. As he prepared for the biggest interview of his career, he secretly wondered if charisma alone would be enough to secure his dream job. The Charmer interview style is characterized by an extroverted approach that prioritizes building personal connections and gaining approval. Charmers view interviews as performances. Their natural charisma and ability to build rapport quickly can be significant assets, but can also have drawbacks if not balanced properly. Charmers excel at creating a warm, engaging atmosphere during interviews, painting vivid pictures of their job experiences. These skills, combined with their perceptiveness and adaptability, enable charmers to read social cues and adjust their approach on the fly. Their enthusiasm for the role and company is usually palpable, which can be infectious and leave a lasting positive impression. However, under certain circumstances, these strengths can become liabilities. Their focus on building rapport may distract them from adequately showcasing their qualifications. In their eagerness to connect, they might overshare or inadvertently dominate the conversation. There's also a risk of coming across as insincere or desperate if their charm feels forced or excessive. Charmers sometimes struggle to balance their desire for approval with the need to be authentic. They may inadvertently tell interviewers what they want to hear rather than giving honest, thoughtful responses. For instance, a charmer might enthusiastically and convincingly agree with every point an interviewer makes about company culture, even if, on reflection, some aspects don't align with their own values. To overcome these challenges, charmers should focus on balancing their natural rapport-building skills with concrete demonstrations of their qualifications. Implementing the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, can help structure their responses. For example, instead of vaguely stating, "I'm great at solving customer problems," a charmer using the STAR method might say, "In my previous role, we noticed an increase in complaints about our new product." Situation: I was tasked with analyzing the feedback and developing a solution. Task: to overcome these challenges, charmers should focus on balancing their natural rapport-building skills with concrete demonstrations of their qualifications. Implementing the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, can help structure their responses. For example, instead of vaguely stating, "I'm great at solving customer problems," a charmer using the STAR method might say, "In my previous role, we noticed an increase in complaints about our new product." Situation: I was tasked with analyzing the feedback and developing a solution. Task: I started a cross-functional team to address the issues and implemented a rapid response protocol. Action: in the end, we reduced customer complaints by 40% within 2 months and retained all of our key accounts. Result: finally, charmers can also benefit from working on their self-confidence to reduce their reliance on external validation. This internal security allows them to present a more authentic version of themselves in interviews, rather than a carefully curated persona. For those interviewing charmer candidates, it's important to implement structured interviews to ensure applicants are evaluated consistently and systematically. Prepare specific behavioral questions that require detailed responses beyond generalities. For example, instead of asking, "Are you a team player?" you might ask, "Tell me about a time when you had to work with a difficult team member to complete a project. How did you handle it, and what was the outcome?" Be mindful of your own susceptibility to charm. While likability is an important factor in team dynamics, it shouldn't overshadow other requirements. Interviewers should strive to maintain objectivity, perhaps by involving multiple team members in the interview process to gain diverse perspectives. This balanced approach ensures a better long-term fit for both the individual and the organization. A candidate walks into an interview room and, instead of the usual pleasantries, immediately fires off a probing question about your company's 5-year strategy. Welcome to the Challenger interview style. Challengers are characterized by their steadfast commitment to authenticity and integrity. Unlike those who prioritize connection or adaptability, challengers seek respect through directness and probing questioning. Their directness and honesty can be refreshing in a world of polished corporate speak. They prefer to dive straight into substantive discussions, viewing interviews as intellectual sparring matches where they can demonstrate their qualifications through incisive inquiry or debate. Challengers are often internally focused, remaining true to their convictions regardless of external cues. This unwavering nature stems from a deep-seated need to be heard and understood. This can be a strength and a weakness. When tempered with social awareness, this approach can be surprisingly effective. However, it also risks alienating those who expect a more conventional interview dance. The strengths that define challengers, passion, truthfulness, determination, and expertise, are double-edged swords. When wielded skillfully, they make for compelling candidates and incisive interviewers. Unchecked, however, they can spill over into inflexibility, tactlessness, or arrogance. To excel in interviews, challengers must learn to balance their natural inclinations by developing complementary skills. Active listening is paramount. Challengers can benefit from practicing deep engagement with others' perspectives. Developing active listening skills also helps protect challengers from their tendency to dominate conversations. Timing and context awareness are crucial for challengers. Save provocative questions or controversial topics for appropriate moments in the interview process. For those interviewing challengers, it's important to recognize and appreciate their unique approach. Acknowledging their perspectives and engaging earnestly with the ideas they raise can help the candidate feel recognized and prevent the conversation from devolving into argument. Remember that a challenger's skepticism and confrontational style may stem from positive intentions. Often, their attempts to dig deeper and test the strength of ideas or relationships. By meeting this energy with thoughtful, substantive responses, interviewers can turn what might initially feel like an interrogation into a productive, illuminating exchange. Ultimately, the challenger's style, when refined and balanced, can be a powerful tool in interviews and the workplace. Its emphasis on authenticity, critical thinking, and direct communication can cut through corporate pretense and lead to more meaningful connections. The key lies in channeling these strengths by developing empathy, emotional intelligence, and contextual awareness. Imagine walking into a job interview armed with facts, figures, and a meticulously prepared resume, only to be derailed by small talk about the weather. This may sound all too familiar for those with the examiner interview style. Examiners are characterized by a focus on facts, technical qualifications, and a preference for structured interactions. Examiners approach interviews as tests to be passed or failed, striving for precision and accuracy in their responses. They bring strengths such as thorough preparation, strong listening skills, and the ability to provide concise, fact-based answers. However, they may struggle to open up and show personality, potentially coming across as aloof or uninterested. To succeed, examiner job seekers must balance their technical prowess with personal connection. This may involve deliberate practice of skills that don't come naturally, like storytelling to bring their resume to life, or engaging in small talk. Examiners can also benefit from reframing interviews as learning opportunities rather than pass-fail tests. Each interview offers a chance to refine skills and gather information about their own career preferences and inclinations. The key is to push themselves slightly beyond their comfort zone, allowing them to reveal a bit more of themselves and create memorable human connections. Examiners should focus on showcasing their whole self, not just their resume. This means finding ways to demonstrate soft skills and personal qualities alongside their technical expertise. Practice balancing factual responses with anecdotes that illustrate your ability to solve problems and work as part of a team. For those interviewing examiners, it's important to structure the conversation effectively. Give the candidate time to warm up. Consider starting with substantive questions before transitioning to small talk and provide clear expectations for the interview process. When asking questions that veer towards the personal, explain the reasoning behind the questions. Pay attention to nonverbal cues and subtle expressions of personality, considering how the examiner's precise analytical style might benefit your team. To get the most out of interviewing an examiner, ask specific, detailed questions about their experience and how they've applied their skills in real-world situations. Encourage them to elaborate on their problem-solving process or how they've collaborated with others on complex projects, so you can probe for their adaptability and skill at solving problems. By creating a comfortable environment for the examiner to open up, you'll gain a more complete picture of their potential contribution to your organization. Have you ever left an interview feeling like you nailed it, only to realize later that you barely talked about your own accomplishments? If so, you might be a harmonizer, a master of adaptability who sometimes struggles to toot their own horn. Harmonizers view interviews as tryouts for teams they aspire to join. They seek to fit in seamlessly, often mirroring the interviewer's attitudes and interests. This chameleon-like quality is both a strength and a weakness. On one hand, harmonizers excel at creating rapport and making others feel at ease. Their collaborative nature and excellent listening skills make them valuable team players. They're flexible, adaptable, and genuinely interested in understanding others' perspectives. However, this desire to harmonize can lead to challenges. Harmonizers may struggle to highlight their individual achievements, preferring to focus on team contributions. They may downplay personal strengths, making it difficult for interviewers to gauge their true potential. This tendency to prioritize others' needs over their own can manifest as a lack of assertiveness when discussing salary expectations or negotiating job terms. To overcome this, harmonizers must learn to strike a balance between their natural inclination to adapt and the need to showcase their uniqueness and value. This involves developing a stronger sense of self and personal boundaries. Harmonizers should practice owning their successes by using I statements and preparing specific examples of individual contributions they've made. They need to recognize that while teamwork is important, employers also want to understand what makes them stand out. Harmonizers can benefit from incorporating elements of other interview styles into their approach. For instance, they might adopt some of the charmer's confidence in owning the room or emulate the challenger's focus on personal needs and priorities, making themselves understood rather than merely understanding others. For those interviewing harmonizers, creating a safe and comfortable environment is key. Encourage them to talk about themselves and their accomplishments by asking open-ended questions and giving ample time to respond. Draw out the candidate's thoughts and experiences by speaking less and listening more. Ask specific questions about past projects and challenges to help harmonizers showcase their individual contributions. When asking behavioral questions, try framing them in a way that allows harmonizers to highlight their problem-solving skills and adaptability. For example, instead of asking, "Tell me about a time you led a project," try, "Can you describe a situation where you had to balance multiple team members' needs while achieving a goal?" This approach allows harmonizers to demonstrate their collaborative skills while showcasing their individual impact. The key takeaway from Interviewology by Anna Papalia is that understanding your unique interview style can significantly improve your interview performance, whether you're the candidate or the interviewer. Charmers excel at building rapport, but should focus on showcasing concrete qualifications. Challengers bring authenticity and critical thinking, but need to develop diplomatic communication skills. Examiners offer precision and thorough preparation, but should work on creating personal connections. By recognizing these distinct interview styles, individuals can tailor their approach to interviews, maximizing their chances of success. And harmonizers adapt well to others, but need to learn assertiveness and how to stand out. Remember, authenticity balanced with adaptability is key. By recognizing and mastering your interview style, you can leverage your unique strengths, boost your confidence, and increase your chances of landing the perfect job. Okay, that's it for this Blink. We hope you enjoyed it. Please take the time to leave us a comment and a like. We always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next Blink.